But we are standing here today to highlight what is happening in our father's land, Uganda. Under the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda, the country is a failing state. Corruption is the name for Uganda. If you say Uganda government, you better say the corrupt Uganda government. Under the brutal dictator Museveni, the richest brutal dictator in Africa, 13.5 billion. But we don't have no schools in Uganda because of corruption. We don't have no working hospitals in Uganda because of corruption. We don't have no roads in Uganda because of corruption. The Speaker of Parliament of Uganda, Anita Mong, she has robbed the Ugandans of over £30 million, and she has just come into that seat not more than 1 year. She owns expensive mansions in the UK. And we are asking the UK government to sanction her more. We know she has been sanctioned by the UK government, but we are asking for more sanctions. Because Museveni and his thugs, they robbed us and you. Your taxpayers' money which you send to Uganda is enriching the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. Is enriching the first family of the dictator in Uganda. It's only in Uganda where you find the president, the wife is the minister for education, the son is the minister for defense, the cousin is the minister for finance, and this is what we are talking about. Thank you, officers. If it was in Uganda, we'll be running for our lives because of the police officers. In Uganda, we have criminal police. They are not called policemen, they are called military thugs. Men who rape Ugandans on daily basis. The so-called military thugs from Uganda, they come to the UK for training. And when they go back, they are raping us, they are torturing us, they are sodomizing us. And we are calling on the UK government to stop the training of the military thugs from Uganda. Because by training them, you are conniving with the brutal dictator Museveni. We cannot talk about democracy in Uganda because we have a brutal dictator who has been in power for over 40 years. That cannot be democracy. Wearing the red beret in Uganda, the one I'm wearing, means president. That's why all of us here, we are wearing the red beret. It's a symbol of opposition in Uganda. It's a symbol of defiance. We stood the ground on behalf of the 45 million Ugandans who live in Uganda, who are being tortured, who are being murdered, who are being kidnapped on a daily basis. People power. Our power. We are calling the UK government to stop funding and saving our taxpayers' money, to stop funding the brutal dictator of Uganda, to stop supporting the brutal dictator of Uganda. Your taxes go to Uganda, and in return, the brutal dictator is enriching himself. The money goes to Uganda from your taxes and my taxes is helping the brutal dictator to stay in power. People power. Our power. We are here at the so-called Ugandan High Commission. We call it a crime scene. This is where Ugandans are being tortured. This is where Ugandans are being murdered. This is where Ugandans are being kidnapped. This is why Ugandans have been sodomized by the brutal regime of Uganda. We cannot talk about 40 years in power. In the UK, we've 10 prime ministers. In Uganda, we are still living under the same brutal dictator. The brutal dictator is being supported by the UK. And we are calling on the UK government to stop sending and funding the brutal dictator. To stand with the 45 million suffering Uganda. We are calling on the UK to remove this brutal dictator. Your tax money goes to Uganda to enrich the brutal dictator. The brutal dictator is 13.5 billion. But we don't have no food. We don't have no roads. We don't have no hospitals. It's only in Uganda where you find they are building prisons and hospitals. In Uganda we don't have working ambulances. As I tell you, it's not a lie. A country of 45 million Ugandans, we are being serviced by 10 working ambulances. When they go sick, they come to the UK for medical tourism. They go down the road at St. Thomas Hospital. Their women and children are treated for free, while UK residents are not being given the treatment because the Ugandans are coming here to set medical tourism. People power, our power. We are not here because we don't have that activity. We are professionals. But today we called time off to come and expose the brutalities in Uganda under the brutal dictator Museveni. 40 years in power is not enough. 45 years in power. Ugandans, we've been living the brutality of the brutal dictator Museveni for over 40 years. And he's still in power. He wants to die in power. We are calling on the UK to stop the funding, the training of military thugs from Uganda, because they're involved in the murder of Ugandans. We don't want arms. We want education. We want hospitals. We want schools. Ugandans cannot afford a £1 paracetamol. Ugandans cannot afford £1 lunch. Ugandans cannot afford children to be sent to school because the means of education is the right to the dictator. They've killed the education system. Their children come to Oxford on your money. Their daughters come to Cambridge on your money you sent to Uganda as aid. That is no longer aid. It's enriching the brutal dictator. People power. Our power. NUP. Anita Bongo must resign. Anita Bongo must resign. Museveni must go. Mpuga must face the law. All the so-called commissioners who are involved in the robbing of Ugandans, the corruption scandal in the parliament of Uganda, it doesn't ask us for.
Hello, we are the Ugandan community living in the UK. We are not here because we are choice. We fled Uganda to come here for refuge. Uganda is a country where the dictator has been in power for 40 years. UK has changed their prime ministers. We still have one president. America is changing the 13th president. Trump is making a comeback. We still have one president for 40 years. What has happened? What you don't see in Uganda, the dictator who has ruled Uganda for 40 years. All my working life, I've never seen any other president except for the dictator. The dictator uses UK money, taxpayers' money, He is abusing your taxpayers' money. UK gives Uganda over 800 million every year, but that money goes to arms. He buys the arms from Russia. He equips his army. He's never built a hospital in 40 years. He has built 4 Chinese prisons. He doesn't expect patients. He expects prisoners. The best intervention, don't give the Ugandan dictator money. He has killed a lot of people. Stop funding him. We as youth, the opposition, we can take down the dictator. UK, EU, US, stop funding the dictator. He's been in power since Ronald Reagan. The same man is still in power 40 years later. Trump is trying to make a comeback. The man is still in power. 12 presidents in America have gone and come back. UK has changed 12 prime ministers. We still have one dictator. He hasn't provided any single service. No public service, no emergency service, no hospitals. The dictator and his cabinet, which is 85 strong ministers, all come for education asylum here. They bring their children here, they abuse the medical system here. Why can't he build hospitals? Because UK is babysitting him. The best intervention we can have from you, we are not asking for money. Stop funding that silly dictator. We can take him on and we get home. Over in the UK, we've got over 50,000 Ugandans. They're aging, they want to go home. They can't go home unless we take down the dictator. So we beg UK, for you people listening to this, the dictator will go. We either stop funding him or we will get rid of the dictator. I've never seen anybody, when I was in school, he was the president. I'm about to retire 40 years later. He's still in power and UK keeps giving him money. Money flows from here and goes to Uganda to fund a dictator. He buys arms from Russia. You are encouraging him. Don't fund the dictator. Dictators work in synchro. He buys equipment from Russia. And we're fighting his worse than Putin. Except he doesn't come into the news. When you listen to BBC, it never talks about the Ugandan dictator. All you hear is Putin. Yet we have the worst dictator. Putin has only been in power for just under 20 years. The dictator we have in Uganda has been in power for 40 years and is showing no signs of leaving. We are sick and tired. We are going to fight him. This is a guy in the period he's been there. He's built no roads, no schools, no hospitals. But listen, we have 4 new Chinese prisons. Can you expect to get more prisoners than patients? This is logic. Would you build hospitals or prisons? This is what the dictator has done. We are asking Britain. We are not asking for funds. The people you see behind me here are from different walks of life. They are doctors, they are engineers, they are lawyers. We are not beggars. We can work our way out and we have the resources. Stop funding him. We will take down the dictator of 7. We are sick and tired because when we tell you stop funding him, you even provide a contingent military training center. Stop that and take on the dictator. Thank you for listening. NUP, everywhere. NUP, everywhere. Thank you very much for listening.
I hope my colleague just told you one of the samples of the brutal dictator from Uganda is to buy arms and embalm himself with the power until he dies. 40 years of brutality in Uganda is more than enough under the brutal dictator of Uganda. We talk about Museveni, a brutal dictator who has been in power for 40 years. 40 years is not enough for him. He's still there. And the reason why he's still in power is because of the UK. The UK is funding him financially. The UK is protecting him from the International Criminal Court. The UK is promoting his brutality by funding him. We are calling on the UK to stop the funding of this brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. Corruption is the name in Uganda. The president is corrupt. The minister is corrupt. The MPs are corrupt. Why are you sending our taxes money to Uganda under this corrupt government of the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda? The money you send to Uganda is being used to buy tear gas and tear gas Uganda. The money you send to Uganda is being used to buy arms from Russia and torture Ugandans. The money you send to Uganda is being used to build prisons where men and women are being tortured, are being raped, are being sodomized by the brutal regime. We are calling on the UK government to stop the funding of the brutal dictator of Uganda. 40 years is more than enough in power. 40 years of brutality for Ugandans is enough.
Yes.
We've changed 12 prime ministers, but in Uganda, we still live under the same brutal dictator.
Yes.
Ugandans cannot even afford a £1 paracetamol. Ugandans cannot afford a £1 lunch, but the brutal dictator has invested heavily in his military. 13.5 billion rich, but Ugandans don't have no working hospitals. Ugandans don't have no roads. Ugandans don't have no schools. But the brutal dictator is building prisons. We have more than 12 prisons in Uganda, but we don't have no hospitals in Uganda. People power.
Our power.
Our power. We are Ugandans standing at the crime scene. When I'm in a crime scene, is the Uganda High Commission, a representative of repression in Uganda, a representative of torture in Uganda, a representative of kidnapping from Uganda, where women and men are being sodomized by the brutal regime. We are calling on the dictator to go and set free all our brothers and sisters who are in prison right now. We are calling on the Ugandan so-called thugs to let free Achileo, our brother, who was kidnapped recently. Just for standing against the brutal dictator. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. Corruption must stop in Uganda. Museveni must go. Anita Mungu must resign. Puga must be charged. Every MP must sanction them. We are calling for sanctions against the corrupt officials from Uganda. We are calling on the UK government to stop sending our money to Uganda. We are calling on the UK government to stop our tax money from going to Uganda. We are calling on the UK government to stop supporting the brutal dictator. We are calling on the UK government to stand with Ugandans. We are calling on the UK government to put more sanctions on the corrupt officials, starting with Museveni, followed by the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Mungu, without forgetting Puga and the other three commissioners. People power. Our power. NUP. This is a crime scene. We are planning a crime scene. Uganda High Commission is a crime scene. People power. Our power. NUK. Everywhere. Thank you for listening. I'm hoping the tourists who came to London, you're enjoying the weather. You're enjoying London. Unlike we Ugandans, we cannot enjoy our country, Uganda. Because of the brutal dictator Museveni. That's why we are here standing here. To highlight the brutalities in Uganda. To highlight the human rights abuses in Uganda. Under the 40-year rule of this brutal junta, Museveni of Uganda. 40 years is more than enough. 40 years of brutality is more than enough. We are calling on all the UK residents to stop paying your taxes. Because your taxes go to Uganda. And go to Uganda in a good faith. But when it reaches Uganda, it's enriching, making the brutal dictator Museveni richer. A 13.5 billion rich. People power. Our power. Everything. Everywhere. Thank you. Hey.
Tumufayo posta bino byemperezaako message bali ba demonstrator. I'm just sending the message to you see the others also. Mama, nice to see you. Yeah, okay.
I need to now go.
Must resign.
He must resign.
He must resign.
Parliament, the first body parliament of Uganda, they are all corrupt and they need to resign. They cannot go for murdering Ugandans.
Bali njoloya. Tusanyuka otuzaamu amaanyi.
If you
You know, Kibatira Dela,
Uchino.
Manga Badangamba, the demo forty, the court, or that, National, the white to me, and the court avenue.
Demonstrations have been effective.
Oh, yeah, very, very.
I'll tell you the 10 successes.
280 women die every day in Uganda because of the failed state, because there is no medical facilities in Uganda. The brutal dictator is 13.5 billion, but he has not invested in the construction of roads or public living or whatever. He has bought himself arms. The brutal dictator Museveni, he travels with 120 armored cars, equivalent to $20 million. Every day he comes out of his so-called palace. He's using $20 million only on armory. The cars, his convoy is made up of even 2 toilets. You can imagine. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
Where is democracy here? If the UK is still supporting a brutal dictator for 40 years, that cannot be democracy.
Benjogera, Bada Kuyan, Baba Kino.
And we are trying to take on this brutal dictator. A brutal dictator who has been in power for over 40 years, brutalizing Ugandans, raping women and men, sodomizing men in Uganda. Men are being frustrated under this brutal regime. We are talking about Museveni, a brutal dictator, the richest dictator in Africa, 13.5 billion rich, but we don't have no working hospital. We don't have no roads. We don't have no food in Uganda. The brutal dictator has got mansions in brutal dictator of Uganda. Stop promoting the brutal dictator of Uganda. Seven must go.
Seven must go.
Anita Muwonge must resign.
Anita Muwonge must resign.
The whole parliament of Uganda must be sanctioned for corruption.
Yes.
People power.
Our power.
We promise the new Uganda under our President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu.
Yes.
There will be no corruption.
Yes.
People will stand accountable for every penny spent. A failure to do so. Musira, we are telling you there. We are calling on Museveni, a dictator who can't fight corruption, to hand over power to us. We are ready to take them on. We are ready to fight corruption in Uganda, but not under Museveni's regime. Because Museveni is the worst corrupt brutal leader in Africa. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Ugandans promote a fraud on 1 pound per setimo under this brutal dictator. Ugandans promote a fraud on 1 pound meal under Museveni's regime. 40 years is more than enough. 40 years is more than enough. We lived under brutality for 40 years, and we are still under the same brutal dictator. In the UK, we changed the prime minister. In Uganda, we still live under the same brutal dictator. But to tell you why it's still in power is because the UK is funding the brutal dictator. The UK is protecting the brutal dictator. The UK is sending arms to Uganda. The UK is connecting the brutal dictator.
Yeah.
Museveni is M23. We've got a rebel movement in DRC Congo. For you people who don't know DRC Congo, is the most weakest country in the world. But Museveni, the brutal dictator of Uganda, he has taken over DRC Congo by funding M23 rebels. The United Nations report condemned Uganda of supporting, arming the brutal rebels in Eastern Congo. This is all UK money going down to Uganda and being misused. We are calling on the UK. Don't fund the brutal dictator. We are calling on the UK. Don't send our money to Uganda. Because our money is going to the grave. Our money is being used to torture Ugandans. Our money is being used to rape Ugandans. Our money is being used to kidnap Ugandans. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
Let's stand for change. People power.
Our power. Oh, very flag.
People power. Our power. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. We are Ugandans living in the UK. Why we are here today is to talk about the rampant endemic corruption. What you don't understand, Uganda is being funded by the UK and we receive over £800 million every year. This money goes to corruption. We are asking the government of UK to stop funding the dictator. Your taxpayers' money goes to no good use. All the money that's sent to Uganda goes to corruption. Counting the number of corruption scandals in Uganda can fill up 2 double-decker buses. The regime is so corrupt and rotten that you can look at the corrupt index globally and we see where we measure. We are, after Pakistan, Uganda comes next. Uganda is known for corruption after Pakistan. That's how corrupt the regime in Uganda is. Museveni, the dictator in Uganda, is worse off than Putin. We've had Museveni for 40 years. The only achievement he has achieved is building 4 Chinese prisons. He has not set his mind to build any hospitals, no schools, no roads, and we still in the UK fund and provide money to the dictator. Please, UK, we ask you, stop giving the dictator money. The best intervention we can have from you, stop funding the dictator. Uganda Parliament spends over 3 billion every day. That is a lot of money. A country like Uganda that can't afford that. This is because corruption. Uganda, after Pakistan, is the most corrupt country. The dictator who has been in power is the richest man in Africa. He has $13.5 billion and we still keep funding him. This is the man who has robbed Uganda of everything to improve democracy and he kills Ugandans. We ask the government in UK, stop funding Uganda. We are here to stop, to tell you Uganda is so much corrupt. To the extent, the leader in Uganda doesn't expect people to get sick. In the 40 years, he has not built a single hospital. But in the 40 years, he built 4 modern Chinese prisons. This is what we have in Uganda. He's killed every single infrastructure that was in place. Please, we ask the UK government, stop funding the dictator. Stop funding the dictator. NUP, everywhere. NUP, Kunga Uganda, Kunga Uganda, Kunga Uganda. Thank you for listening.
People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. We are Ugandans, but we are British. And the reason why we are standing here is because of the hypocrisy of the UK government. They are supporting the brutal dictators in Africa. And for that reason, we have to run for our lives. We are calling on the UK government to stop the value of these brutal dictators in Africa. We are calling on the UK government to stand with the Ugandans in condemning and removing the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. That's the reason why we are here, trying to highlight the human rights abuses in Uganda, the killing, the murdering, the raping, the demise of men and women in Uganda. That's why we are here. We are standing at the front scene. Uganda High Commissioner is the front scene. This is where the murder is taking place. This is where the raping is taking place. This is where the torture of Ugandans is happening. People power.
Our power.
Our power. We are calling on the Madame Madiban, the so-called representative of Uganda to the UK, to condemn killing of Ugandans, the murdering of Ugandans, the raping of women and men in Uganda, the sodomizing of men and women in Uganda cannot go unabated. We are calling on the UK government to stop the funding of the brutal dictator. The brutal dictator has been in power for 40 years and is still in power. In the UK, with 10 prime ministers. In Uganda, we still live under the same brutal dictator. People power.
Our power.
People power. Our power. Our power.
People power.
We want to take our country back. We don't want the brutal dictator.
Yes.
Museveni of Uganda.
Yes.
To be the light dictator in Africa.
Yes.
He's the richest brutal dictator in Africa. $13.5 billion US. But in Uganda, we don't have hospitals. Instead of hospitals, he's building prisons. In Uganda, a population of 45 million Ugandans, we have only 10 working ambulances, but we have 25,000 military patrol cars. That is the Uganda under this brutal dictator. People power. Our power. Our power. People power. We are all professionals. We are not jobless. But today, we have to come here and expose the brutalities in Uganda. Stop Museveni, the brutal dictator. Corruption in Uganda is a norm. Corruption in Uganda is global. But we know corruption is a crime. In Uganda, when you take $10 million US, the brutal dictator will appoint you ambassador to the UK. Instead of taking your accountability, the brutal dictator will give you a big post so that you can rule Ugandans, so that Ugandans can die as we are dying. We cannot afford a £1 paracetamol under this brutal dictator of Uganda. People power. Our power. Every obey. Everywhere.
Emirimu giri wano.
People power! Our power! NUP!
Everywhere.
Everywhere! Why are we here? Why are we here?
Fighting the dictator.
We are here to highlight the UK citizens and become high commission to the UK that we have a serious issue. And the problem we are having, first of all, we are proud citizens of the UK. We are employed. We are not jobless. We came to this country running away from Uganda, where there is no human rights. And we came to the UK, where the rule of law is respected, where human rights are respected, where there is freedom to free protest. But in Uganda, to protest against corruption is sanctioned as prison sentence. In Uganda, to talk about We are here to help the people of the UK know that there is a reason for all the nationwide protests going on. The nationwide protests that are going on are as a result of mismanagement and corruption. In the UK, we have had the Prime Minister. We have had David Southgate. We have had Theresa May. We have had Gordon Brown. We have had David Cameron. We have had Theresa May. We have had Boris Johnson. Now we have had Rick Sunak. And now we have Starmer. That means that we have had so many changes and there is democracy in the UK. And there is a relationship due to the Commonwealth between Uganda and the UK. This relationship does not benefit the people of the UK, neither does it benefit the people of Uganda. We call upon you, the people, the citizens of the UK and Europe, to hold your governments accountable. How come in the Uganda we have one president and he's been dealing with all these prime ministers, current and the past, and you think there is no democracy? UK is known as one of the best democracies in the world. But the same UK is dealing with the worst military dictatorship in Uganda. We call upon the citizens of the UK to hold your government accountable. Ask them why there are so many immigrants in the UK. Once ask them why now all migrants are labeled because they are of their skin, color of their skin, because of where they come, because of their religion. Why do you think that's the case? I am proud British citizen, and I'm proud law-abiding citizen, and I'm proud here protesting to let you know the reason why we are here, that we have a lot of misinformation out there. People are being misled and doing the wrong things and breaking the law. We are here to highlight to the citizens of the UK and Europe that in Uganda we have a dictatorship for 40 years. A military dictatorship of General Museveni. And that dictatorship is funded by the UK, is funded by the USA, is funded by the European Union. And we are here to let the people know your anger for protesting nationwide in the UK as a result of a crime does not mean that you target every single person who is labeled a migrant in the UK. We are here to highlight the fact that the people are being misinformed. We are here to let you know that General Museveni of Uganda, a dictator, is a terrorist. A terrorist who received military training for his soldiers, a terrorist to brutalize Ugandans. In Uganda, we don't have the right